Hey guys, let's talk about cleaning records. And today I wanted to make a video comparing and contrasting the Ultrasonic Vinyl Cleaner by Vevor, available on eBay and Amazon. I wanted to compare the Ultrasonic with the SpinClean. SpinClean, which I've been using for years, cleaned thousands and thousands of records on it. The Vevor Ultrasonic 6-liter ultrasonic cleaner with this spinning rotisserie deal. Just got this for the holidays. This is going to be a quick and shocking comparison and review. It's not going to be a full-blown demonstration. So just let me get into it because you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. It is shocking. The review I was going to make about these two items, one of my first points was going to be that the SpinClean is too expensive. 80 bucks, I think, last time I checked. It's a piece of plastic with a couple of rollers. SpinClean is too expensive, but the Vevor, this baby, is too cheap. It's twice the cost of the SpinClean. It's about 100, you can get it for 150, 160, maybe as high as 189. How can one thing be too cheap and one thing be too expensive? Well, very important point I need to make. Like I said, the SpinClean, a hunk of plastic with two rollers, designed something like 40, 50 years ago. No improvements have been made on the design at all. If the SpinClean were made in China instead of America, it would probably be $15 or $20, not $70 or $80. On the other hand, the Vevor Ultrasonic is made in China, and it literally is too cheap. Let's look at what the Vevor has inside it, under the hood. Okay, they took a regular 6-liter ultrasonic cleaner, and they added the rotisserie thing. So the ultrasonic cleaner by itself has the ultrasonic transducers, which are like speakers, and the electronics and circuitry to create the 40 kilohertz sound wave and an amplifier to amplify those sound waves so they actually do the thing. It also has a built-in heater. I kind of can't see it, but there's a temperature control heater. I don't think it has a thermostat, but you can turn it from no heat up to Celsius, 20, 30, 40 degrees Celsius. It actually goes up to 80 degrees Celsius, which is crazy. That would melt your records. I tried using it at about 25, 28 Celsius, I think. So it's got the heater. It's also got a built-in timer, and the timer controls the rotisserie thing. I call it the rotisserie chicken. It also has very solid stainless steel tub. It also has a nice valve, quality valve and piping and a tube and all this stuff. How can one thing only be twice the cost of the other? If the two things were made under similar circumstances, similar factory, similar labor costs, the two things should be 15 or 20 times the cost of each other. It shouldn't be 2 to 1. It should be 10 or 15 or 20 times more expensive because all of the features and all the engineering and the circuit board and the electronics and the metalwork and all that stuff. So it's kind of crazy that one is only 2 times the cost of the other. But that's because it's made in China versus the US. What don't they have in China? What aren't we getting for our money in China that we get in the US? Well, we get a minimum wage. In the US, it's much higher. This is not going political. This is just the economics of the situation, okay? Workers get paid more in the US. Do you like it? As a worker, do you like to get paid more or less? The workers have OSHA safety. They have workers' comp. In the US, your employer has to give you health care, safety, inspections, all that stuff. You don't get that when you're buying something from China for the most part. So fast forward, so what, Greg, who cares? Well, now we have a problem. And let me read you a press release because I said this was going to be shocking. And I said that if I were making the video that I wanted to be making, I would be talking about the difference between these two things. Well, now let's talk about what is really happening. December 30th, 2022, just a couple weeks after we bought the thing, the Vevor. This is from the UK. Product Safety Report, or Vevor Ultrasonic Cleaners. Product Safety Reports presenting a serious risk of electric shock. This product has been recalled. This product presents a serious risk of electric shock as they are inadequately earthed with poor clamping to secure against loosening, which will lead could lead to product becoming live. This import has been rejected at the border. You cannot import this product into the UK. It will be rejected because it is now considered unsafe. Ultimately, this will cause consumer to get an electric shock if they touch the surrounding metal parts of the product. The instructions provided with the product are inadequate as they do not contain sufficient information to ensure correct and safe use of the equipment. This product does not meet the requirements for Electrical Equipment Safety Regulations 2016. This warning applies to 4 or 5 different products made by this company, Vevor. And I thought, well, maybe, when they made the rotisserie clamp thing, maybe they did a crummy job making this rotisserie clamp thing, but the ultrasonic cleaner itself is okay. I was hoping that would kind of save my bacon here and say to my wife, look, honey, we just won't use the rotisserie thing, but the ultrasonic cleaner is fine. No, that's not correct, because there are product recalls for several of the models that don't include the rotisserie. The electrical recall is on the base unit itself. The ultrasonic cleaner itself is considered unsafe. So what? I have friends who are using this. Hey, I have no problem with it. I noticed that the wire got actually kind of warm on the rotisserie thing, and the rotisserie thing, the electrical wire can come off easily, and if that touches the metal or anything or you could get a shock. That's over and above the unit itself. So what happens when we have electrical problems? People can become electrocuted. People can die from electrocution, and you can cause fires. Have you ever had a house fire? Someone in my immediate family had a house fire in the last 2 or 3 years. Burned their house completely to the ground. Yes, even their vinyl records were gone, lost. Even their stereo equipment, their Magnapen speakers, their Pioneer speakers, their vintage turntable, in addition to everything they owned. Fires, not worth it, okay? Fires, electrocution, take your safety seriously, guys. I sell life insurance, so I'm very aware of how people die in unusual ways. And electrocution and burning to death, I'd rather be electrocuted because that's quick. Burning to death, that sounds a lot more painful. Okay, back to my original point. The original point that I made, trying to make. Okay, how can one thing have 10 times as many features as another thing, but only be twice as expensive when it should be 10 times more expensive? Well, they cut corners. They cut corners on safety. They cut corners on worker safety. They cut corner on your safety. They don't care if their workers get killed or poisoned or crushed or burned. They don't give a whether or not the consumer has those problems either, right? So Vevor, if you're out there, Vevor, whatever you are, please contact me. I would like to hear your take on what I'm saying here. And I would like to know, am I getting a refund? Are you sending me a new unit? Are you correcting it? Sometimes when they have these recalls, just like on cars, there's a quick fix. Oh, we're going to change out this gizmo, this fuse, this wire. We're going to send you a new little thingy and install that and you'll be fine, okay? Maybe that's the fix here. I don't know. eBay said they would probably give us our money back. eBay says first, go to the manufacturer. The seller who sold this is probably not the manufacturer. The seller is probably the importer. We can't reach them. Okay, if you can't reach them, if you can't reach the company, you can contact eBay or you can contact your credit card to get your money back. But I want to have a record cleaner, okay? So let's get real about being real here. If this thing is $70 or $80, and all it is a piece of plastic, and now in addition to a tub, I also want transducers and heaters and timers and rotary doodads. Realistically, if it's good quality, if it's made under real safety conditions, safety standards, it's gonna be $500, $600, $800. So getting something that's $180, thinking it's gonna do the work of a $600 or $800 machine, you're living a little bit in a pipe dream there. You're being unrealistic, and you are subjecting yourself to the risk of electrocution, burning to death, dismemberment, disfiguration, discoloration, disharmony, annoying your spouse who doesn't want you using dangerous equipment. Especially if you have a wife and kids, you can't have anything dangerous in your house, okay? That's my shocking review of the Vevor Ultrasonic Cleaners. And I'm disappointed because this was like my big Christmas gift for the year that I really wanted an ultrasonic. And now I'm not sure if I can ever use this thing again. I'm not sure if it's going to be, crushed into a cube and thrown in a dumpster, or if they're going to fix it. Vevor, if you're watching, I would love to do a better review. I would love to do a follow-up review of this and say, hey, the Vevor people reached out to me. They corrected it. They're sorry. Their next set of instructions will be readable, etc., etc. Okay, guys. So, thank you for watching. Please stay safe. Do not electrocute yourself. Make sure the wiring in your house is safe. I'm a guitar player, as you can tell. Electric guitar players get electrocuted all the time. Seriously. The way amplifiers and the way they're grounded to guitars, and the old amplifiers, the rectifiers, and the 2-prong and the 3-prong. Stay safe, guys. Thanks for watching. Keep your vinyl clean. And have a good one. Bye-bye.